Once upon a time, in the not-so-far-away land of West Dallas, there lived a little girl named Jane. Jane was 6 years old, and she lived in a two-bedroom apartment with her single mother and 5 other siblings. Her mom did not speak English because she had not been educated well as a child, so Jane's mom did not make very much money. Every morning, Jane would go through the same routine. She would get on the school bus with her 2 other siblings and head to Arcata Park Elementary School in DISD. One day, after Jane arrived at school, her class was introduced to a very nice lady named Mrs. Nelson was from the nonprofit group Readers2Leaders. She had come to Jane's school to talk about programs that her organization offered. Readers2Leaders told Jane and her classmates about the different programs such as reading tutoring, parent education workshops, a community lending library, and in-school tutoring in 5 DISD schools, including Jane's school. That afternoon, Jane went home to tell her mom and siblings about Readers2Leaders. Mrs. Nelson had mentioned parent education workshops, so Jane's mom agreed to take Jane and her 5 children, ages 3 to 10, to the Readers2Leaders location that weekend. Readers2Leaders focuses on children ages 3 to 10, so it was good that all of her siblings could go as well. When Saturday came around, Jane was very excited. There were lots of children at the center when Jane got there. They were told that Readers2Leaders is promoted at many public schools in West Dallas, so some of the same children have been coming back for multiple years, and there is even a waiting list. Readers2Leaders provides in-school tutoring at 5 of the 10 West Dallas public schools. On Saturday, some of the volunteers had come to read books to all of the children and have a story time and craft afterwards. Meanwhile, Jane's mom went to an introduction class where she learned that 74% of the children involved in Readers2Leaders had gained at least 1.5 months of reading skills for every 1 month in the program. 42% of the children had reached grade level goals in reading as well. This was very good news for Jane's mom because she wanted all of her children to succeed in school and eventually get well-paying jobs. Jane's mom wanted to set a good example for her children and work towards a better education as well, so she agreed to come in to more of the parent workshops. Jane, and everyone else in her family, was very happy with the Readers2Leaders program and would say that it changed all of their lives for the better. The end.
Our plan of action is to target the problem of illiteracy in children through their parents. Our oppressed group is children from low-income families who have limited access to essential learning tools such as books. We are choosing to help the children indirectly, since part of the children's problem stems from the low levels of education their parents received when they were children, and their inability to speak English. Since this makes it harder for parents to get jobs, their incomes are very low, and they do not have extra money to spend on school supplies and books for their children when they can barely put food on the table. We feel that stopping this cycle of illiteracy in children must start with their parents, because they are role models and can be very influential in their children's education. Parents who are informed about this problem and are working to gain more education, such as learning English, can become more involved in their children's education. The solution is to partner with the nonprofit organization Readers2Leaders to create informational sessions for parents to tell them how they can help their children and give them knowledge about programs that Readers2Leaders offers. The location of these informational sessions would be at the Readers2Leaders location or in Dallas, at some of the community centers in that area, and at the elementary schools that Readers2Leaders partners with. Alongside these informational sessions, we would help teach English as a second language class at the community centers and elementary schools. Volunteers can help by sitting with someone and reading simple books with these parents.
The goal is that these parents and children can learn to read together, providing a support system for each other. New reading materials will always be provided for parents to take home. This solution, which is both plausible and realistic, is a way of stopping illiteracy in children at its source.